What's up guys, Brad here from Piney Grove, and I'm at the site of our new pole barn trying to get this ready for them to build it. But also what we need to do is clean up what was behind the pole barn initially, where we just used to store stuff in the woods back here. Let me show you what we're up to. Number one, I have some treated power poles that I want to use to put lights up around the property. I got some hardy board there with fence posts and railroad ties. And there's some telephone poles there from a hurricane 5 years ago. And I have some logs I stored here that I wanted to mill. So I've got some cedar that's still good, but the oak and the cherry and this other stuff back here is just rotten. So what I want to do is chip up what I can. That way I don't have to transport it to my burn pile. I've got the WoodMaxx 8600 there attached to the Summit TX25. The Summit's a 24.7 horsepower tractor. And in the first video we did on that WoodMaxx chipper, it handled it just fine. But what I wanted to talk about real quick is, as a content creator, I have a lot of content creator friends in the same genre. They're doing the same thing, homesteading, tractor work, things like that. And so I talk to them a lot. And I talk to them about things like purchasing a wood chipper. And we're not only content creators, we're content consumers. So we also watch other people's content on different types of wood chippers. And that's how I settled on the WoodMaxx. I was watching Tractor Time with Tim's video. He said it's a good chipper, and so far I'm really impressed with it. And we're not sponsored by WoodMaxx. We bought that chipper, and the reason it says paid advertisement above my head is because the Summit is a loaner tractor from Summit for us to demo their equipment. But I was warned by a very well-known YouTuber in the tractor space, and I won't mention his name, but Brock from Rock Hill Farms told me I was gonna hate a chipper. In that I've got a grapple, why don't I just grab everything that needs to be grappled and put it in a burn pile? And it kind of had me spooked. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this thing, but it was a good deal and I bought it. And here's what I got to say to you, Brock. You are wrong, buddy. I absolutely love this chipper, and I'm probably only gonna film a few minutes of me chipping today, because who wants to watch that? But it may be hard to stop me from going around this property to all the down trees and stuff and branches that we have and chipping them up. If you're interested in this chipper and you put it on a compact tractor, pay very close attention to that right there. I couldn't install it with the PTO shaft that comes with it, and I had to cut it. So if you have a compact tractor, unless you have a quick hitch, you're probably gonna have to cut the PTO shaft. I only had to take an inch or two off of it, but it wouldn't go on without it. And if you put on too long a PTO shaft on an implement and it pushes up against your PTO shaft coming out of your tractor, you'll actually damage that bearing and that seal, and that, you know, anything with tractors to get them fixed is $1,000. So that's probably $1,000. Even though I've only chipped one time before, I can definitely give you advice on this, and that's always point this downwind, because if you point it upwind, it covers you and the tractor and everything that you don't want covered. But I don't care where these chips go here. This is just a walking path. So let me crank this tractor up, put it up to 540 RPM and get to chipping. 540 RPM. If you're not familiar with WoodMaxx chippers, there's an RPM gauge and an hour meter right there. Hydrostatic infeed, just throw it in there. This is a piece of cherry. It's a little rotten though. Very rotten. A piece of cedar. That's a pretty big piece of cherry. That's cherry wood right there. Actually smells kind of good. So you can see down in here, there's a roller, an infeed that pulls that in. And when I would see other people chip, I'd see their hands here and I would think that would be dangerous. That's a good 2 feet away from that infeed roller. And then you can stop it with this bar right here. This one might get caught on that knot. We can back it up if it does. I can't believe it took it past that knot. This thing is so awesome. chips. You can throw pieces of firewood in it. You can speed up the infeed, and sometimes when things get caught, I just speed it up. Now this is a good example of how valuable that hydraulic infeed is. I got an oak branch here with a lot of sideways limbs. It'll suck it right in. Fire and forget. So what the infeed doesn't like is like the blunt end going forward. It'd rather have the small end. So by pulling this bar, I can speed up the infeed, and sometimes it gets jammed. You can push it on through. But if wood chipping is wrong, I don't want to be right, Brock. It's not going to go all the way. You can't do this part. Want to see how far I can go? Reverse it. Should get some of it chipped. That's about it. Getting back to my fellow content creator, Brock, over at Rock Hill Farms. His point is, you're never going to make money with a wood chipper. And by that is, if you need the wood chips, it is much cheaper to go buy a dump truck load of wood chips. He said they're like, I don't know, $50 in his area. Maybe they're more expensive in your area. Let's say it's $200. And you get this big dump truck load of wood chips. It's probably all the wood chips you need for your garden or for mulching around your plants. But that's not why we have a wood chipper out here at Piney Grove. We have high winds in Florida, and there's a lot of tree limbs that go down on the ground, and they're scattered all across the property. So picking up those individual tree limbs, I'm looking at a pine that's dead right there, and the trunk is on the ground. I can pull right up to that trunk, I can chip it, and I'm done with it. I don't have to transport it, I don't have to burn, I don't have to watch a burn pile. So for us, it's not about saving money with a wood chipper. These things are very expensive. I think this is $3,400, $3,500 retail. I bought it on Facebook Marketplace for about 66% of that price. And there's diesel fuel and wear and tear on your tractor. So we're probably not making any money at all with wood chips. In fact, probably going backwards. But what we are gaining is wood chips we can use. We're gaining a cleaner property, and we're also gaining exercise, I guess. The whole reason we bought Piney Grove is because we're not sedentary people, and as we retire, which will be next year, we want to stay active, and I enjoy this type of work. It's funny, we're kind of weird, but my wife and I, Deb, we enjoy mowing. We have a zero-turn mower, and we like to just mow. You see a lot of our videos on Piney Grove are like brush hogging and mowing, and we just enjoy it, and we like sharing it as well. So I enjoy doing this. Here I am, I'm dirty, I'm sweaty, but I am having a ball. I'm getting some exercise, and it's all what you want to get out of it. And for us, we don't want to get money out of a wood chipper. We want to get a clean property and get some exercise. But that's all I've got for you. Remember, the YouTube algorithm likes it if you watch another Piney Grove video after you watch this one. It sends a signal to them that our content is somewhat interesting, and it just really helps our channel and helps our growth. So if you would, check out one of these videos or this video over here. But until next time, y'all take care out there, and remember, life's short, tractor hard. Oh, so yeah, like a blister, Miss Piney Grove shows up after the work's done.
No, Miss Piney Grove has been working her behind off.
Since she has been working her butt off, so.
I've been working my behind off. No, I was just saying.
Right.
He said like a blister. I've worked for 3 days straight inside. So nanny boo-boo, Bradford.
She really has. She's been working hard. She just hasn't been wood chipping.
I have not, but I'm got to tell you, wood chipping I bet is more fun than what I've been doing.
Probably.
Just saying.
Say goodbye to the folks.
Goodbye, folks. Have a very wonderful, blessed day and be kind.
Give me my mic back.
Take it. Just take it.